Everyone tells you to close the door. They need to learn. You're creating a clingy child. Just let them cry. They'll figure it out. So you do it. You close the bathroom door, and on the other side, those tiny fingers slide under the gap. Then the whimpering starts. Then the full cry, and you sit there on the toilet, feeling guilty for needing 2 minutes alone. But what if every time you shut that door, you're teaching them something you never intended? What if that little face peeking around the corner means far more than you think? Here's what most parents believe. A baby that follows you to the bathroom is being too clingy, too dependent, too attached. And the advice you hear sounds so logical. Set boundaries early. They need to self-soothe. You're spoiling them. But here's the problem.
And that advice isn't based on how babies actually develop. It's based on how adults wish they would develop. Faster, quieter, more conveniently. Decades of research in developmental psychology and attachment science tell us something very different. When your baby follows you to the bathroom, they're not being difficult. They're doing exactly what their brain is designed to do at this stage. And if we don't understand what's really happening in that moment, we risk responding in ways that create the very problem we're trying to prevent. You're not imagining it. This is real, and it matters more than anyone has told you. In this video, I'm going to show you what's actually happening in your baby's mind when they follow you to the bathroom, and why pushing them away too early can quietly shape how they handle separation for years to come. By the end, you'll have a completely different way of seeing that little shadow behind you, and you'll know exactly how to respond without losing your sanity or your boundaries. Reason 1. Object permanence is still under construction. Here's something most parents don't realize. Before roughly 8 to 10 months of age, when you walk out of a room, as far as your baby's brain is concerned, you've stopped existing. This isn't a metaphor. It's neuroscience. Object permanence. The understanding that things still exist, even when you can't see them, is a skill that develops slowly over the first 2 years of life. It doesn't arrive all at once. It comes in uneven, messy stages. So when you close that bathroom door, your baby isn't thinking, "Mom will be right back." They're experiencing something closer to, "Mom is gone, maybe forever." Imagine that for a second. Imagine the person your entire survival depends on vanishing, with no guarantee they're coming back. That's not clingy. That's a perfectly rational response to a developing brain. So what can you do? Something simple. Talk through the door. "I'm right here. I'm not gone. I'll be out in just a minute." Your voice is a bridge. It tells their brain, "She still exists. I'm safe." But here's the part most parents miss, and it's the reason this goes deeper than just a bathroom door. Reason 2. You're their regulation system, not just their parent. When your baby is born, if they don't come equipped with the ability to calm themselves down, their nervous system is immature. It cannot regulate stress, fear, or even moderate discomfort on its own. So whose nervous system do they borrow? Yours. This is called co-regulation, and it's one of the most important concepts in early childhood development. Your heartbeat, your breathing, your tone of voice, your physical presence. These aren't just comforting, they are literally regulating your baby's biology. Researchers in the field of interpersonal neurobiology have shown that a caregiver's calm presence helps stabilize a baby's cortisol levels, heart rate, and emotional state. Without that presence, the baby's stress response system can become dysregulated, not because they're spoiled, but because they physically do not yet have the wiring to do it alone. And think of it like this. Imagine you handed a 5-year-old the keys to a car and said, "Drive yourself to school. You need to learn independence." You wouldn't do that because they don't have the capacity yet. That's what happens when we expect a baby to self-soothe through separation before their brain is ready. Let me give you an example. Picture a mom named Laura. Her 10-month-old Mia screams every time Laura goes to the bathroom. Laura's mother-in-law keeps saying, "Just close the door. She'll learn." So Laura tries it. She closes the door. Mia screams for 3 minutes. Eventually, she stops, and everyone says, "See? She learned." But Mia didn't learn that Laura was coming back. Mia learned that crying doesn't bring help. And that's a very different lesson. Now, and this next one might surprise you, because it challenges everything we've been told about raising independent kids. Reason 3. Early independence isn't what you think it is. There's a deeply held belief in our culture that independence should be taught early, that if you don't start setting firm boundaries from the beginning, you'll raise a child who can't function without you. But attachment research tells us the exact opposite. Children who are allowed to depend fully when they're young, who are met with responsiveness and presence during those early years, are the ones who grow into the most securely independent adults. It's called the dependency paradox, and it's one of the most well-documented findings in developmental psychology. Here's how it works. And when a baby learns that their caregiver is consistently available, that when they reach out, someone reaches back, their brain builds what's called a secure internal working model. It's essentially a blueprint that says, the world is safe. People can be trusted. I can explore because I have a safe base to return to. But when a baby repeatedly reaches out and is met with distance, closed doors, or the message that their need for closeness is a problem, a different blueprint forms. One that says, I'm on my own. My needs are too much. I shouldn't ask. And that second blueprint, it doesn't create independence. It creates anxiety disguised as independence. It creates adults who can't ask for help, who struggle in relationships, who feel guilty for needing people. That baby at the bathroom door isn't learning to be clingy, and they're building the foundation for every relationship they'll ever have. And this is where it gets really interesting. Reason 4. The bathroom door is a metaphor. Think about all the doors you'll close in your child's life. The bathroom door at 10 months, the bedroom door at bedtime, the car door on the first day of school, the front door when they leave for college. Every single one of those moments is a small separation. And how your child handles those separations, with confidence or with dread, depends almost entirely on what they learned in these early, seemingly insignificant moments. When your baby follows you to the bathroom, they're asking one question, and the same question they'll ask in 1,000 different ways over the next 18 years. Are you still there for me, even when I can't see you? And every time you answer that question, with your voice through the door, with a calm return, with patience instead of frustration, you're writing a line in their story, a line that says, yes, always. Now, does this mean you can never close the door? Of course not. You're a human being. You deserve privacy. You deserve 2 minutes of peace. But there's a massive difference between closing the door with warmth. I'll be right back, sweetie. I'm just in here. And closing the door with the intention of teaching a lesson. One says, I need a moment, and you're safe. The other says, your need for me is a problem. Your baby can feel the difference, even before they have the words for it. Let me share one more example. A dad named Marcus used to get frustrated every time his 11-month-old son Elijah would bang on the bathroom door crying. One day, instead of closing the door, Marcus left it cracked open. Elijah crawled over, peeked in, saw his dad, and crawled away to play. That was it. Elijah didn't need to come in. He just needed to know the door wasn't locked. He needed confirmation. And once he had it, he was free to explore. That's the paradox in action. The more available you are, the less they need to cling. So the next time that tiny face appears at the bathroom door, the next time those little fingers slide underneath it, I want you to take a breath. Not because it's easy, not because you're not exhausted. You are. I know that. But because that moment, that small, inconvenient, sometimes maddening moment, is actually one of the most beautiful things happening in your child's development. They're not being difficult. They're saying, you are my whole world, and I need to know you're still in it. And you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to leave the door open every single time. You don't have to never feel frustrated. You just have to understand what's really happening. Because once you do, you'll never see that little bathroom shadow the same way again. Your baby isn't too clingy. Your baby is building the blueprint for love, and they chose you to build it with. If this video helped you see that bathroom moment differently, subscribe. I post every week about the psychology behind parenting's hardest moments, the ones nobody prepares you for. And I want to hear from you. What's the one moment your baby follows you that surprises you the most? Is it the bathroom, the kitchen, the moment you try to hand them to someone else? Drop it in the comments below. I read every single one.